Grace, I can't hear you.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday.
Ah,
Happy Friday. Welcome. Oh, that's funny. And welcome to a new moment now. So, this is Byron Katie and Loving What Is. Suffering is caused by attachment to a deeply embedded belief. It's a state of blind attachment to something you think is true. In this state, it's very difficult to do the work for the love of truth because you're invested in your story. Your story is your identity, and you do almost anything to prove that it's true. Inquiry into the self is the only thing that has the power to penetrate such ancient concepts. Suffering is caused by attachment to a deeply embedded belief. It's a state of blind attachment to something that you think is true. In this state, it's very difficult to do the work for the love of truth because you're invested in your story. Your story is your identity, and you do almost anything to prove that it's true. Inquiry into self is the only thing that has the power to penetrate such ancient concepts. So that's what we're doing here is wondering, looking, being willing to relax with whatever it is that we're seeing, find that little space between believing and letting it go. Not that there's any right way to do it. No right way to do it. Just noticing what works and what doesn't. So at the beginning of this little journey, long journey, middle of the journey, but today, for right now, you just, as you take a look, willing to just notice a belief. And I love that we get to especially look at the ones that cause trouble, look like they're causing trouble, causing pain or difficulty. Just saying, what wants to come up for inquiry today? What wants to come for inquiry today? What relationships or troubles or situations or scenes when I look, my emotional experience, the feelings I have are really troubled. I don't like it. This is a problem. And I know so often it's about ourselves. So often it's about ourselves. When I first ever came into the work, I definitely wanted to do it on myself, which so many people do. But I love that it's in relationship. You have to see it's in relationship to a world. So, what am I thinking and believing about the world that would even cause me to start thinking I'm not doing it right? How would I know? Where did I learn it? What's happened here? And so, just looking at something that appears to be on the outside of myself, because it is these thoughts that look like I'm judging something that isn't me. They are my thoughts. my thoughts that I'm working with. So, okay to have whatever the thing is that looks like it's outside of you be a condition or an item, like money, or an object or a place, an ailment in the body. We've done that here before. People. Just noticing that there's something that just looks like when I'm interacting with that thing or that scene, what caused trouble, or that it did cause trouble. Just noticing that. When that happened, I didn't like it. And so Stephanie says, if I were doing it right, I'd feel good all the time. It's great. Yeah. And Ludo, money is the condition I'm worried about today. Excellent one. Yeah. Bonnie, my son's life is falling apart and I should help. Such a good one. There's other people that are having trouble. Larry.
Mine occurs to me like trivial, thank goodness, rather than so much serious stuff. The other day, I was in the car driving home. Carol and I were on, my wife and I were on a trip. Accident. I got to pull over into the next lane. I'm sure this guy is letting me in. And just as I'm about to get in the lane, he shoots around me so he can be ahead of me, right? Didn't let me in. And I am furious and I honked the horn at him. I was so angry. And since that moment, and this was yesterday afternoon, I've been thinking, for me, I should not have honked. I did it wrong.
Yeah.
Him blaming him was like, this asshole should have let me in. What is he? He's one car ahead of me.
Yeah.
So that's what's annoying me.
Yes. And I love you said that, with this idea around me and the other, often the thoughts about, I just keep noticing the thoughts about myself come in after something has happened with the world. But they seem to just double down, it's like something happens. I believe it's supposed to look a certain way, and if it doesn't go the way I like, afterwards, my mind will start to think about how I did it the wrong way. And then there's lots of attack thoughts to the self. And that's why we want to go into, yeah, I want to look at self-inquiry at me and adjust and improve and fix and correct and make right whoever I am. And it's the same kind of thoughts, but a little easier actually to do it on the other. Yeah, Adrian says, the same thing happened to me yesterday, Larry. That's a good one. Strangers in little units where you don't know their name and you can't talk to them. And they're like, so there's something sort of private and um, anonymous about them, but it's a human in a car. A good place for something to arise. I don't feel safe for a second. So they put me in danger. Yeah, love that from Lori. Speaking of just day to day, it should have been easier to switch cell phone carriers. Yeah. And Robin, this pain must be less for me to live a functional life. Physical pain, very, yeah, very powerful. You could do the work on it too. So let's look and see. I love that you're all like, okay, right here, here's a place that looks like I need to contend with it. That's a problem. That's an issue, this thing that I'm looking at in my world. And let's answer looking at that situation. Let's answer the prompt. I am upset with this thing where there's me having to deal with this thing. Doesn't matter when in time this happened. It could have been 50 years ago. Doesn't matter what comes to you in the moment or yesterday. And it doesn't matter the level. Oh, that's so small. Oh, that's so big. Doesn't matter. I am upset with this because, and just see what comes right after that. What's after the because? Unedited. Childish, if it is. Letting the upset voice speak. Simple. Anyone want to share what you heard? I love that it's like taking dictation, just no editing, just letting it be there. No new thoughts. It's okay. Charlotte.
I have a similar situation to what you told us about at work yesterday on the call. And so mine is, I am upset because he blamed me without even asking me about the situation.
Blamed me. Okay. It's a good one. And he blamed me without even asking. Didn't even check it out. He blamed me. Good. Okay. Rona says, I'm getting more disabled. I'm upset with this situation because I'm getting more disabled. Good one. Bonnie, because if I was a better mother, he would have his life together. Yeah. This is not a together life. It's falling apart. Good mothers should be able to prevent that from happening. I'm upset because I have no control. Great one. Yeah. Because my life is threatened and endangered. Yes. They threaten my life. Okay. Well, so see if, you've got your simple sentence. And especially if, just consider if you haven't done the work here before, maybe it's time. Maybe it's the day. So just let yourself be here. And, it's just a voice of answering the questions. And then actually everybody kind of answers. Everyone gets to, who wants to, gets to put their answers in the chat or speak out loud. Judy says, because there's so much corruption in the world. That's a great one too. Yeah, Ludo.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, my worries about money, I quite liked a sentence that said, I have no control. Someone wrote something in the chat, I have no control. That's exactly the feeling, that I have no control over it. So I don't know if it could help anybody work on that. I mean, all the conditions.
Yes, I have no control over this condition. I have no control over this situation. Yeah. You could find that with your thoughts about money.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Do you want to do the work on money today?
Well, or control. I mean, yes, I'd love to if it's okay for everybody. Yeah.
Of course. I don't think it's been brought up in a while. So just looking at your situation, your specific situation, see what should or shouldn't be happening there. Just watching, there's money doing what money does. This is just like people. There it is doing what it does.
Yes.
And what looks like it's out of control, you don't have, it's not safe, whatever's happening there that looks, threatening or difficult. And how would you say, what should it be doing or shouldn't it be doing?
Well, the feeling is that money is going away and that I have no control over it. And much as I do, and if I work, etc. And so that is the fear.
Okay.
So when I saw the sentence, I'm upset because I have no control. I felt that was exactly my feeling.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
nothing I can do. I can, keep working and earning, etc. Still, money is going away, and I feel that I cannot, tell money come here,
Yeah.
stay, right?
Okay.
And so I'm very, frightened.
Yeah. Okay.
So I feel that I'm losing money in this particular time, this particular period, and so this
Okay.
lack of control is really worrying.
Yes. And that'll be, of course that's happening as it's underway. There would be thoughts about, I have no control over this. Here this is going in the direction it's going. Lots of thinking would always come in about, I'm not
What
controlling,
I've done wrong, by the way.
I'm doing something wrong. Well, let's start all the way back with money and anyone else who wants to chime in on money. You can always see it that it might fit with your situation, whether it's money or even that person or pain or whatever it is. But in this case, I hear you say, money should stay with me. It's, there it goes. And it shouldn't. It should stay with me.
Hmm.
All right. Now that Cindy's sharing. Yes, I'm upset with money because there isn't enough of it. Yeah. Okay. So you see money, flowing out, doing what it does there. Look at the numbers in the bank account or whatever's happening.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
know it happened to you.
Yes, it's true. You're right. Exactly right. This did happen.
Right. And wow, it's
Yeah.
really frightening.
Yeah. Yeah. No, my story, it looked like it was the Titanic sinking. It's like pretty much the whole thing's over. Okay. And so, and anyone can hold too. I mean, you might just need to look only at money and just watch and listen. But look how often we think this about people. They should stay with me. They should stay close to me. There isn't enough of them, in my experience. And just noticing the similarity that can appear. Sometimes mine looks so complicated and maybe isn't so complicated. My underlying beliefs. All right. So in this situation, Ludo, money should stay with you. Is it true?
Yeah. Yes.
Can you absolutely know that that's true? Can you absolutely know money should stay with you?
Of course not. I know it is not absolutely true.
Okay. Feels like it's
I wish you would, but
yes, yes. So that's a good one to notice. Like, I wish, but of course not, because look what's happening, and still see the heart or the something is, I just so wish I wanted to, oh please, yeah. So something feels very, very true about it, even if I know it isn't absolutely true for me. And there's no right or wrong answer. So you might have a yes, anyone doing this work, that person should stay. Money should stay. Money should stay with me. Okay. So what happens when you think it? And what's happening is it looks like the numbers are going down. It looks like it's moving in the wrong direction. It looks like it's going from here out. What happens when you think that?
I panic. I have, my stomach is like shrinking. I have pictures of the future, a lot of anxiety. So it's a physical sensation, a lot of fear about the future. Never be able to have, my retirement. And it's like a chain of thoughts all about not having what I think I should have.
Yeah.
Mhm. When I see money going, leaving me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Thoughts
So
about
how am I going to support myself, even if I'm working? But it's still, it's so, everything is so fast. I just see a disaster ahead.
Okay. Don't you love noticing a disaster coming ahead?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Now, any thoughts and images about the past? Because so lots about the future. And it looks like a disaster and look like you can't have things. And there you are, not experiencing life, with money. What about the past? Money should stay
Same,
with me. Okay.
same. When something similar happened, feeling very poor, that I couldn't afford this or that, and panicking. It
Panicking.
brings like moments of the past
Okay.
when I was worried.
And how do you
It's
treat?
like a constant worry. It feels like all the time, worrying all the time.
Okay. Which is great to see. What, even if with money coming and going the way it does, oh, worry, worry, worry.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's money. And what's it like between you and money? What's your relationship like? What's that relationship? What's the energy like between the two of you?
Fear. I'm glad when, I earn money, but then there's fear, I can't spend, I've got to be careful. That is the relationship, just, cling to it because it might not be enough tomorrow. Things
Yeah.
like that.
The little I have,
Save as much as possible.
yeah.
Fear, and in general, fear. Sometimes enjoyment, buying things, but most of the time, it's been fear.
Okay. Okay. And you, how do you see yourself as you're relating to this thing called money? What kind of thoughts do you have about yourself? How do you treat yourself? I am the person who, when it comes to money, just see if there's anything there that feels old or steady or like a stressful, any kind of thinking. Money should stay with me. Looks like it's not staying with me.
So thoughts about myself with money, that I'm not good at making money, or making, or making lots of money. Of course,
Yes.
I can make some, but it's very, very little. So there's something. It has become part of my identity. I think to say, well, that's my destiny. I can never earn much. I'm always earning little.
Yeah. All right. Must be
And
something.
so it has become kind of something like, as I said, that's me. I see other people learning, making good money, whereas I just can't seem to do the same.
All right. Yeah.
And, I work and I did my studies, I had my degrees, and yet I get very, very little in terms of salaries, etc. So there's a kind of resignation about that.
Mm.
Life doesn't want me to have more.
Ah, yes, this is good. Yeah,
No matter how hard I try.
yeah. That's great to see how it pans out about it's just life, period. Here's this thing happening inside of life, and wow, it just must not want me to.
Yeah, a destiny, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So just there's money. If money looked like a person, what might money look like?
In my case, if I do see money as a person,
Yeah, if you saw money as a person, it should stay with me. But what does it
right.
look like?
Well, stay with me and grow.
Mm-hmm. We say the same
Yeah.
things about relationships a lot, don't we? Yeah.
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 Increase, become better. Yeah.
Yeah.
More abundant, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So that can be interesting, just noticing what money looks like when it should stay with you and it isn't. It's not staying. So, I mean, just noticing, same thing, like what this energy is like, how it appears. Okay. All right. So, anything more that happens when you're thinking money should stay with me and it looks like it isn't? It's doing what it does. Anything else? You said a lot, fear,
Yeah. Well, I wake up at night, so all the symptoms, the anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So anyone else want to add what happens when you think money should stay with me, or even that thing, that person should stay? Like Cindy said, Ebenezer Scrooge. That must be what I'm like, maybe, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, same situation. Money's doing what it does. Who would you be without this story that money should stay with you? Just for right now, just for this moment, without this thought, it should stay.
Which is very pervasive, I must say. It's a thought that's with me most of the times, all the time. Who would I be without?
Yeah. And that's a good one. You can see, is that actually true that it's with you all the time? Most
No,
of the
not
time?
all the time. Not all the
Okay,
time.
not all the time.
Many times. Most of the time at the moment. I think, this
Yes.
period of my life. Who would I be?
Yeah. Who would you be without the
Well,
thought?
less frightened, for sure. Less worried. I probably I'd find more space to imagine things that I'd like to do, rather than seeing my life so confined, so limited, because it really makes my life very small. All all I can think about is, no, I can't do this. No, I have to say no. Oh, no, 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 no. And
Yeah.
I think I'll feel more relaxed and open, open
Open. Okay. Yeah.
a bit.
Is there any benefit or payoff that you get from keeping the thought?
Mm.
You should stay with me. Like, are you worried about not having the thought? in any way.
I never thought about that. The benefit.
Yeah, what if you
Benefit
just
from
completely,
worrying.
it's like if you completely forgot that money should stay with you, if you had no reference for that, if you didn't know at all, would there be anything dangerous?
Uh, well, I guess, I don't know, now that you make me think about it, I guess that by thinking about money, I also take care of things that I have to pay for and, all my, payments during that month, etc. By worrying somehow, I make sure that I, get everything paid when it's due, I suppose.
Okay, I mean, just good to notice
That
that.
will be a benefit, maybe.
Okay. All right, so just something to see or notice. It's like there might be some, yeah, thinking money should stay with me. Because I'm in charge of the bills. I'm in charge of the payments. It looks better if
Yeah,
I,
I think I am.
yeah,
Anyway,
I am. I think I am. Yeah,
I think.
looks like I am. Yeah. Okay. And let's say it's safe to not have the thought at all. Just
What a relief. What a relief. That would be wonderful.
there you
Just
go.
waking up, not thinking about money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thought it should stay with me. No thought at all.
That feels much more relaxed and free. Definitely. I'm with landscape, opening.
Yeah.
It feels so small. It feels so narrow. The last few weeks have been very bad. Last few
Yeah.
days, actually.
Okay. I'm so
Last
glad
few
you're
days
doing it.
harder than usual. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm so glad you're doing the work then. The last few days have been so difficult. Exactly. Okay. So just noticing that. And then still picture money in whatever form it's in. There it is, doing what it does. And just feel what it's like between you and money without any thought at all that it should stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Calmer, peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's turn it around. Okay. So in this situation, so money's doing what it does. Money should stay with me. I should stay with myself. I should stay with me. There's money and the whole world and all of life doing whatever it does, but how would that make sense, or well, how does that fit? What's an example? Money should stay with me. And everyone
An
do.
example of I should stay with me.
I should stay with me. Yes, an example. I should stay with me.
Yeah, just taking care of things, focusing on things as they appear during my classes, during my work, being more present. Sleep.
Yeah, yeah. Here comes this. There's thoughts about money. So, and
Breathe and relax. Sorry.
yeah, relaxed, relax, be more relaxed. Okay, yep, makes sense. How else? I should stay with me, especially when it comes to money. I should stay with myself.
I should stay with myself. Well, when I go inside, it's so, you know, if the mind is quieter, it is so nice. You know, there's silence, and there's, you know, so
Mm,
stay with me is also those moments when I stay with me in that sense, and it's quiet. I really enjoy those moments, and you know, it's usually at the end of the day, when I've done everything I could, you know, I've
yeah,
worked, etc., and then I enjoy some quiet. So yeah,
lovely.
and it feels really sweet.
Yeah,
Those you know, a little, I don't know, something inside. Yeah,
isn't that lovely? Yeah. So I could stay with me. I just feel this little place inside. I've done everything I can do. I like the idea of just bringing a little drop of that into during the day. You know, I'm just
yeah,
doing everything, you know, it's here. Should stay with
yeah.
me. I should stay with me.
I should stay with me.
This is a good one for people too. If anyone's thinking somebody has left or anything has left you. So
I should stay with me.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
should stay with me. Okay. And another turnaround. So I should stay with money.
And what does it mean?
There's money. Money's
Go
just,
when it goes, come when it comes. I don't know.
yes.
I should stay
Well,
with money.
don't you like I love seeing just the movement looks like I'm sort of the center post and something is coming and going from whatever I am. And what if there's something that's like the other way around? There's money in it, you know, doing what it does in the world. It's here, it's there, it's inside pockets, it's in banks, it's flowing wildly all over the place, but you know, it's just doing what it does. And I should stay with money because I'm like asking it to come back and stay with me and not leave. So how if I just reversed the feeling or the energy, did it, you know, the opposite? I should stay with money. How does that fit for you?
Like watching it come and go and being flexible about it. Is that because the word stay is kind of fixed, right? I should
Yes.
stay with money. But if money moves, I don't know, then I could move too.
Sure.
No, that's the only thing I can think of. I should stay with money.
It is kind of nice to know that.
Perhaps I do stay with money because I come and go too, in many
Yes.
ways.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm thinking is you move around the world, you know, we're never only here all day long.
I mean, I go to places, come back home, but also come and go in relationships, whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like money, basically.
yes, yes, there you are. And you're just being yourself, doing what you do. No, there's, yeah, no have to, or should just the way of it, just the movement of life. You know, you go here, you go there, you go to the other room, you come back, now you're going to sleep, you know. Yeah. Okay, and I should stay with money. So it's funny because that's a fun one to see.
Just be like it.
Yes,
Be like money.
it looks like I am more like money than I thought. There's just
Right,
lots of movement happening, and that's
right.
life, you know. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And coming and going really depends on point of view, where you're looking from, right?
Yes.
Coming
Yeah.
or going. So yeah,
Yeah. It's
just
nice.
moving, as you said. Yeah, yeah,
I should stay with
yeah.
money. I also like this one, this example for I should stay with money is you know, I begin to have lots of stories about the future and what it means if money's left. And it becomes this catastrophic, gigantic, you know, terrible thing that's going on. And I'm not even in any reality at all. It's kind of like I'm blaming money for that terrible future and
Yeah.
or for my fear in the moment. So I should stay with money. Like,
Be on money side.
yes, you know, just
Be a little more understanding with money.
yeah, Yeah, yeah. Uh, stick with this.
Take money aside. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, just be with it. It's not my enemy. It's just it's actually more neutral and free flowing than I ever imagined. It's just
Okay.
doesn't mean anything about me. I don't have to be
Thank you.
so frightened of it. Don't have to be a victim of it. I don't need to be. That's all in the mind. Anyway, So I should just stay with
Yes.
money. Stay with money.
Thank you. Very good point.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say goodbye and welcome. Whatever.
Yes, right. Oh, hello. Oh, goodbye.
Here
Oh,
again.
thanks for
Right.
your visit. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
trusting it.
Just like
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
Whole relationship. Yeah.
And
Very true.
the turnaround, money should not stay with me right now, like in this situation. And just, wow, just really looking at that one, sitting in it. It should not stay with me. How is
No.
that true? How could that be true? It shouldn't.
Well, he has to go somewhere. Payments to be made, things in the bank or whatever. Yeah. There are moments when actually money has to go somewhere else.
I even like when I'm the one that, I send it off places. Yeah. I I trade it and send it, direct it and that over there to trade for things like where I live and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, shouldn't stay. See if you can find another one. So it's like just noticing.
A
It should,
turnaround.
yeah, it should not stay. Another example. It should not stay with me. It should not stay with me. Is there any benefit? Is there anything I can find that's really interesting about this? That's an invitation, something useful, something important in my life that this is bringing up. It should not stay with me.
You mean by going, it reveals something that I need to see.
Yeah. And you can see if there is anything, that's what's so interesting. Is there something? Is there something I'm missing about the benefit of this situation?
Sometimes I feel that there's freedom beyond that thought. The should stay. Sometimes I thought, oh, I wish I was free. Sometimes I remember saying, and if he all goes, sometimes I said, if he has to go, then but I'd rather be free, and at peace, because the anxiety
Yeah.
is so bad and
One.
makes my life miserable. So I'd rather be free from that.
Yeah. 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 It's a great exercise. It's just imagining all of it going,
Right.
all of it going. And it's completely over. It's totally done.
Yeah.
Well,
And sometimes, yeah, exactly. And sometimes I thought about that, picturing myself in this, future, nothing left. And it felt so free.
yeah. Yes.
Strange. Because I wouldn't know what to do, of course. I haven't made
Yes.
any plan in that respect. But again, that there was a feeling of freedom associated with this, having nothing,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. And that's what an incredible thing. That's a pretty incredible benefit. And it doesn't mean that's what needs to happen, but it's at all, but it's just seeing how much freedom is possible if I just let it all go, having that perspective and then noticing what I actually do, that I still go to work and I still teach my class. Looks like money's still coming. What if I was trying to make it not come in? I might not even be able to help that. here it comes.
Right.
Yeah,
Actually, yes, I never thought about that exactly.
yeah,
I have no control over money going away, but also
yeah,
over money coming this way. Sure.
yes,
I know.
yeah. Kind of fun if you just like, did a cartwheel, a turnaround and said, today I'm going to try to keep money from coming in. I don't
No
want it
way.
around. I don't want it around and see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different
Yeah.
orientation and kind of fun because it just, at least for me, it just shakes things up a little bit and brings it back to, I really am free. I'm free here. Yeah. So free to
Yeah, freedom.
acquire.
That's
Yes.
the feeling, freedom. I love it.
Yeah. Beautiful, Ludo. So let's hear from some people about what you found. And I love Robin sharing the pain must stay. I love that you did this with pain, Robin. That's powerful. I want it to go. Okay, it must stay. It's my body's leverage for self-care. This pain fosters presence, awareness, love, tenderness. It's a power for good. That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Larry.
It's funny. I was still working on this guy, wouldn't let me in,
Yeah, it's
but I
great.
realized in the turnaround, I'm always thinking I can't trust life. Life is not safe. There's something that I've got to be in control. And what was weird is I was trying to sounds stupid. I was trying to get into this other lane. And I finally got in that lane and then realized I was in the wrong lane. Actually, I should have stayed in my lane to get around the traffic, but I'd seen people pulling over, so I thought I should pull over. And I had this image. This guy wouldn't let me in. Was like herding cows, and he's trying to say to me, "No, get back. You're in the right lane." It's almost like it sounds so strange because I don't actually believe there's this force out there looking out for me, but the fact is I was in the right lane.
It's
You
great.
know, like there's
Yeah.
just something I can trust, maybe. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
hear me, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what occurred to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. So great. That's just, gets a little handle on this turnaround. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't matter how small these examples are for it being just the way it is. Just watching and noticing our minds say, it's better if this is not here. It's better if this other thing is here. I got to get rid of that. I got to bring something in here. I need to add this more in. I need to subtract this from my experience. Mind is constantly talking about that, isn't it? More of this, less of that. More of this, less of that. It's got everything, divided up. And sometimes it completely opposes itself. Actually, now, more of this, less of that. And what if that's all just thinking? There's what's happening, and then there's thoughts about what's happening. So Joyce says, my life is not as happy as I could imagine, with some triggering people within it. So there are those people. I've rarely done authentic communication to unmisery my life during similar times. I believe that's my learning environment just now. I'm in school for becoming well-rounded. That's really, yeah, that's it. I think I've heard Byron Katie say that, Earth School, right? I'm in school. And I like even just the question, if I was, if I can't find it, if I was in school, would this have anything? It is part of life. Anyone else want to share anything? Love doing it on money. So good. Thank you, Ludo. So
Thank you, Grace. Thank
hear
you,
that
everybody.
quote again that we started off with at the very beginning. This is from Loving What Is. Suffering is caused by attachment to a deeply embedded belief. Just watch that. Watch what we just saw. There's the belief. It's deeply embedded. Whatever that looks like. It's just repetitive, habitual. I'm used to thinking it. Thought it for many years. Haven't necessarily questioned it. Maybe have questioned it some. It just reappears. It just comes. So it's deeply embedded. Suffering. It's a state of blind attachment to something that you think is true. I love that feeling of like, where you feel it in the body. I really feel like it's true. I feel like I am attached to this, and that's okay. It just letting it also relax itself one little inquiry at a time, just all in its own time. I'm not even in charge of that. I can't even say, I will now not be attached to it anymore, starting right now. Like, not even that, that's another thought. But she says, in this state, it's very difficult to do the work for the love of truth because you're invested in your story. I really like this thought, even though I don't like the thought, I really think I need it. I think I need to have this thought. I think it's going to be dangerous if I don't. There's going to be a threat of some kind if I don't believe what I'm believing, even though it's stressful. It'll be worse if I don't think the thought, whatever, all those kinds of. Your story is your identity, and you'd do almost anything to prove that it's true. So just noticing. Inquiry into self is the only thing that has the power to penetrate such ancient concepts. So I love that you did that today, Ludo. With something so, oh boy, that we all have contact with all the time. Money can be done with anything, though. Absolutely anything. Just imagine right now as you go off into your day, who would I be without believing in any of my stories about being threatened? What's that like? Yeah. Thank you, my friends. Thanks for this great, your presence here. It always is something. I am just sure of it, even if you're just kind of listening in and hanging out here. So thank you. Enjoy yourselves. All right. Lots
Thank
of
you.
love. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Grace.
Thank you, Grace.